Hello, my name is Mrs. Irvine, and I teach geometry, college math, and an EL extended algebra class here at Thunderbird High School. I am actually a graduate of Thunderbird, and I am happy to be back teaching. I have attended multiple schools for different programs here in the Valley, and I'm excited to share what I have learned and be teaching math here at Thunderbird. First hour, I teach an EL extended algebra class. This class is unique for students who do not speak English, but are learning math in generally their first year here in the States. I do have other students that have been here for a while, but they are all English language learners. This class uses a Google Classroom. Here's the Google Classroom code. If your student is not part of this classroom, please have them join. I'll talk a little bit more about this class and what we do in it in just a moment, but I'm also going to introduce geometry. I teach geometry periods 2, 3, and 5. This is the class that I teach most throughout the day and probably the class that I'm most passionate about. In geometry and in algebra, in order to get more practice in our class time, we use rotations, which generally takes 2 different days. So when we do rotations, we start in a whole group setting where I teach a mini lesson. I introduce the vocabulary or the topic that we're going to work on for the day, and then students move through rotations. There are different rotations. One is always an independent technology-based rotation where students will usually do an educational video called an ed puzzle. They'll also have a small group rotation that's led by my peer tutor in a class, and they do more of a social activity as they're working together to solve problems. And then there's always a teacher-led rotation where it is either led by me or my co-teacher in period 2, Mr. Mark Dandridge. So students will rotate through all 3 of these different stations throughout 2 days, getting some independent practice with a group, and practice with a teacher. In geometry, we use Canvas, and Canvas is a learning platform where students will find all of the instructional videos, all of the ed puzzles, and all of the assignments. So anytime a student is absent in either algebra or geometry, they can go onto their respective learning platform and find the assignments that they are missing. Both classes have instructional videos and the ed puzzles and all of the assignments online. For geometry parents, if you would like to observe your student on Canvas to check in on their progress, please email me and I'll send you the directions for how you can pair your account to your students. If you have any questions about that or want to know more about that, please let me know. Algebra and geometry grades are graded in this way. 15% of their grade comes from participation, all the different rotations and the different activities that we do in class and all of our quizzes. 25% of the grade comes from assignments, and 60% of the grade comes from tests. I enter grades every Friday of the week. So if students do work during the week, I'll enter it Friday or Saturday sometimes. If they make up work over the weekend, then I'll enter it the next week. My 7th hour is college math. And college math is primarily financial algebra with some probability and statistics that we'll look at in the spring. College math also uses Google Classroom, and if students are absent, they can find the posted and completed notes on Google Classroom, and they can also find assignments and answer keys there as well. So they can use this code to enter that classroom. The structure for college math is a little bit different than geometry and algebra. We do more normal kind of lessons, but a majority of the class is devoted for students to be able to complete their homework during class, so they still get the practice and the support that they need while they're practicing on their homework. So we often will do some lessons and then a quiz, and then more lessons and then another quiz, and then a review and a test. The quizzes are designed to show students what they need to practice and what they need to grow more in before we get to the test. College math grades are like this. There are 30% assignments, 60% are tests, and 10% is the final exam. Again, for this class, I also enter grades every Friday. My contact information here is my email and my phone number if you would like to contact me with any questions. It is a pleasure to have your student this year, and I am happy to contact you about anything.